The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over. Was Natasha really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Famous last words, right?
Here I am, Natasha. I
we've got
hope
color.
you're waiting for me.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely prospects, huh?
I've had worse.
Really?
Greenhouse, rat, night, mansion, entrance, tower.
What the hell is it? Water tower? Turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
It's a long way down.
Well, we could finally find out if you can fly or not. Want to try?
It's a long way down. Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
We could also drive around in one of these, huh? You think we would have made it as gangsters?
I don't think so, Marty. We're born to be suckers.
Honest suckers, at least.
Same thing. Wessler sure has a sense of style.
Do you mean his car or Natasha?
Both.
Fair enough.
His ride.
Wessler sure has a sense...
Is this a mansion or a grand palace?
or a small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage. Look at all these plants. It's like nature's claiming back what's hers.
Yeah, amazing.
Strange how someone so rotten inside, like Wessler, can still dream something so beautiful to surround himself with. Look at all these plants. It's...
Rat Knight.
Huh, one of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
Must be some famous historical figure. How are you with history?
Not so good.
You know, I've always been fascinated by the Founding War, especially the last great battle between the Alliance and the Swamp Clans.
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful in it. Just endless suffering and misery.
And a lot of money, of course.
That too.
Maybe one day, you'll get your own statue at the PD, boss. I can almost see it now.
Not while Blood Boil's alive.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe one day you...
Greenhouse.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
Plants.
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
Yeah, that too.
Not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Oh,
Or
edibles.
maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monster.
What? Oh, you just made that up, right? Nah, I'm sure there's no such thing.
Chicken-eating giant.
Do you
flower.
remember that case? When that old weasel met us in a greenhouse just like this one.
Of course I remember. We barely talked for 5 minutes, but you drank 2 full glasses of brandy with that old guy.
I needed hydration. It was boiling in there.
Hydration, huh?
A real jungle grows in the middle of the concrete jungle.
And the poet is lost in the jungle.
A real jungle.
All right, time to go inside.
Hey, not so fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. We didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits, as you may already know.
Okay, Gabriel.
Look who's here.
What a surprise. Our biggest fans.
What do you think? Should we give them our autographs?
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
If we're lucky, Marty. If we're lucky.
Please tell me there's gonna be a Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. The 2 suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Is that right, Gabriel?
Get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
What?
Do you sense that, Sonny?
I do sense something. A case of hyper-stupidity.
And utter incompetence.
You're right.
Don't shit with me, you foul. It won't work well for you.
I'm afraid my partner speaks the truth, gentlemen.
Such tall and handsome creatures, aren't they, partner?
Sure are, partner.
Come on, bait them. Bait them.
Do you sense that, Sonny?
Oh, stupidity.
I do.
All right, let's just go.
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
All right, so
Let's
it's
get
Olivia.
the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Here's Olivia.
It's like the vegetation's trying to suffocate these beautiful walls.
Maybe it will. Maybe in 100 years, nothing will be here but plants. An endless, planet-sized jungle.
That's quite a dark thought.
Yeah, it is. It's like some ancient...
Do you mean the plants? Or Albert?
Right.
It's like some ancient virus is poisoning the place.
Do you mean the plants? Or Albert?
Both, I guess. It's like some ancient virus.
What else we got? Stairs, architecture. Olivia. Speak to Olivia in a
This place
second.
is incredible, but it kind of gives me the creeps.
Because you know what lies behind the beauty.
With Natasha, too?
I haven't decided yet. I I wonder how Albert feels about this place. From a cell to a mansion.
Insane, isn't it?
You took the words right out of my beak. I wonder how Albert...
Alright.
Huh. I wasn't expecting to see Olivia here.
She's real close to Wessler. But how much does she know?
Much more than me, I guess.
That wouldn't be hard. Maybe you should talk to her. She was your girlfriend after all.
We only had 2 dates, and they weren't great.
Why am I not surprised? Maybe you should talk to her. Why am I not...
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Martin!
Huh?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
What do they not understand, Olivia? So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss... Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
Okay.
I tried
Finish
to
talking
warn
with
you.
her.
Thanks, Olivia?
Is that all we're gonna get?
I tried to warn...
Thanks?
You know, I had a dream before we came here. I saw Natasha with a bloody mouth and red claws.
And? What does that tell you?
I don't know, Marty. I admit it. I haven't been this on edge for a long time.
I'm just angry. Truth is, I'm not entirely sure why.
Your sense of justice kicking in?
More like my sense of don't fuck with the chicken police. There she is, the femme fatale.
Yeah, our fate's in her hands.
And what lovely hands they are, huh?
With sharp claws, Marty. Come on, Sonny. Deep breath. Pull yourself together.
Yeah, come on, Sonny.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
You commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
Wild gods!
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things, that she used to be an escort?
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to
Hands
handle
motto,
things
yeah.
the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentleman that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
Yes, dear. Whatever you like.
Please, follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
So we go on the stairs. There you go, book. Farewell from Fowls. Pricey bed.
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
No, just thinking aloud.
Yeah, whoever built this place, not you.
I can see you're very attracted to nature. I thought rats preferred the urban environment. Oh, don't take that the wrong way, of course.
Not all rats are the same, Detective. Natasha and I love the closeness of nature. Yeah, especially lately.
I find cold, close walls repulsive.
I don't understand why you're telling me this.
Oh, the cold,
It's
close
nothing.
walls.
Not important.
Like a cell.
I'd just like to grab him and throw him out the window.
Yeah, would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Really? Tempting, but I need to keep a clear head, Mr. Wessler.
Yeah, I've heard you don't despise a good vintage.
And I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah, I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah, are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bit.
No.
One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
I agree. It's a little early for that, isn't it?
Yeah. Some people need coffee to start their day, Mr. Featherland. I start with a good brandy.
Damn. You know what? In your place, I'd do the same. Maybe I should confiscate it as evidence.
Maybe I should have a beer.
Have you been suffering from nightmares recently?
Yeah, no. I sleep like a baby if you want to know.
Really? I've been plagued by them, so I always sleep with my gun.
Yeah, I'm, sorry to hear that.
It's an unmistakable sign. Impressive bed. Looks cozy.
Sure is better than a cell.
That's right, Marty.
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that. It almost gives me the creeps just looking at it.
Cheers, everyone.
It almost gives me the creeps just looking at it.
What do we got left? I see bed's done, nothing else on the walls. Painting of Natasha.
This painting.
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite
Hey, we have the corner.
observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Really?
Really? It's here with us.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough. Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit. It's unbelievable how much trouble one single painting can make.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean, Detective.
I'll make it clear for you soon enough. Be patient, Mr. Wessler.
Even my patience has its limits, you know.
I'm not surprised painting it drove Albert crazy.
Now, Schema Dude, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. We're at the end of our Chicken Police playthrough, I think. How are you, my dude? What are you streaming today?
Interesting. Now that I know who he really is, he doesn't even resemble Ibn Wessler.
They're identical twins.
The whole thing's so transparent.
Why does my dude? I think he's just holding his hand like in front of him.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
We're detectives.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's just pointing
I
to them.
should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we going to
No,
fire
okay,
each
John,
other
just 'cause
for
they're
a
animals
long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
Straight to the point. I like it. Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we?
Oh, Mars
What do
Horizon.
you
Yeah,
want?
I've seen a bit of bits
How
and
dare
pieces
you
of it.
intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right. I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
Oh, he's getting out his book. Because we're about to start asking questions and he's taking notes.
I have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did you just say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh. I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
You're funny, you know that?
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
No, it's not a crime in itself. This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who do you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time. Albert was there, all along.
And do you think he could have fallen in love with Natasha? That's why he escaped? What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
Eh, I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not, normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate? Huh?
Hate leads to suffering. Oh, there'll be no interrogation.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
Of course.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
Okay, it's a little forceful.
Why did you decide to take your brother's place?
Yeah, as you're curious, from the moment I laid eyes on Natasha for the first time. But I had to convince myself that this was the only way.
You've never talked about your feelings for Natasha with your brother, am I right?
Are you insane? Yeah, Ibn would have had me killed immediately. And no one would ever know.
So instead, you've done the same thing, haven't you? What a comfortable excuse.
Comfortable? Do you think all of this was just some kind of cruel game for me? I had to destroy the person I loved and respected the most.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, you know, there's only a thin, fragile membrane between love and hate. If anything touches it, it tears immediately. You felt like this before, haven't you? Yeah, I can see it in your eyes.
You can analyze me until the sun goes down, Wessler, but you won't get far with that.
Yeah, evasive answer. So I'm right.
Okay. Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately? Yeah, there we go.
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see.
Nice old man.
The answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing your love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, Detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him despite all of his flaws and foul, petty lies. And that's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
Oh, I picked the wrong one.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place.
Uh-oh.
It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, Detective.
Maybe don't taunt him with that.
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
Is what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence, if you will. Yeah, though I guess that's too much for you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under the weight of my gaze.
You simply fell
Well,
in
the fact
love
that it
with
was
her?
cold and she was naked.
End of story.
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert, but we all feel the same. were just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
Guy's a psycho. You're just a cheap copy, you know that, right? That's probably not the right answer. Not... Let's ask him. What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up?
That's a sharp-turned detective.
It just came to me, you know? Where did it all start? Where did all the hate and jealousy come from?
Jealousy? What are you talking about?
Oh, come on, Albert. Alone, locked up at the end of the world, while your brother is one of the most influential figures of Clawville, driving an expensive car, living in a mansion, with the city's most desirable woman in his bed. Why wouldn't you be jealous?
Yeah, Albert was jealous of Ibn. Maybe he still is. But I understand why he did it. Albert was beyond control and dangerous.
What does that mean exactly?
Albert did our mother wrong. Poor old Mom. She never heard her fly. But Albert couldn't take that she was praising his brother all the time while Albert was just an unsuccessful, foolish, poor painter.
What did you do to her, Albert?
Albert killed her. It looked like an accident, but Ibn knew it wasn't.
I don't think so, Tim.
That was the last straw.
It's just a similar style
Albert
game.
had to be locked up, and he agreed. He never said no to his brother.
But he never forgot who did this to him either, did he?
Ibn was really good to him. Visited him every week. Did everything he could. Even introduced Natasha in the end.
And that was his downfall.
Both of them, Sonny. And yours, too.
Did you hate Ibn or yourself more, Albert?
Albert hated himself the most ever since he was born. He idolized Ibn. But every time his brother stood before him, he saw what he could have been himself if he had enough strength. But he didn't. Albert had always been a coward, a pitiful nobody.
And now?
Finally, there's no more Albert. And no more Ibn either. It's only me, and for both of them, I'm perfect.
Can it be that the fear is making you say these things, Albert?
Stop calling me that.
I have to call you something. What should I call you? What name should I use?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds.
If you still had a spine, you'd put that gun to your own head. That one's probably the wrong choice.
Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was?
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Here we go. Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me. Can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die
this
with
dude's
me.
definitely cuckoo for Cocoa
Are you
Puffs.
familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so different after all.
You and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Don't tempt him.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Decent cop. Hopefully Marty's just standing there lining him up with the shotgun. No, Natasha's behind him? Wait, are we dead? No, Ibn's dead. I mean, Albert's dead. Yeah, it's Natasha behind him. Whew.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you...
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target.
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy to process for any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly...
Why are the police here?
The cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
Do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Good old Monica.
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys. Shoes are my weakness.
35
mine
black.
too.
Of all that's furry, we don't want to hear that. And boys,
Yes, boss.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Why does everybody keep asking that?
Why indeed.
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
Here we got achievements. This is where the string of achievements at post-game come in.
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employer's dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
I didn't even think of that.
Of course you didn't.
Can I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
If there's anything at all.
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that. Thank you, Martin.
Okay. Bosco.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
He's a good boy.
You know, folks, somebody's got to take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco,
He's a
but
good boy.
you know us.
Good boy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these two would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Cluck you sideways, Bosco.
Yeah, cluck you sideways, Bosco. With a broom.
Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen?
We're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
No, he wouldn't. He's a
For
good
myself,
puppy.
I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this, rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Joyful.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Wessler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Oh, look at that. He can talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing.
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
Stupid fur heads.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have
No,
thought about
Kizra.
her.
They just would have
It's a
said
pleasant
voice actors
surprise.
needed.
It was for us too, believe me.
You need to get past this anthropomorphism issue you have.
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
No, sir.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
Sometimes I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me an exclusive interview?
Clock off, Tim.
Hey! Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that. So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore, Sonny.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am,
Goodbye, detectives.
Is that it? So we're missing something, right?
But just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
And what about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right.
Is that it? Come on.
How did you know we were here?
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my own nestlings.
no. I love it when you say pretty little things like that.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
I think we have. I haven't done any looking at them.
This means she's real, not just the ghost of the police station.
I don't know if I've ever seen Monica in daylight.
This means she's real, not just the ghost of the police station.
So, you can finally ask her out on a date.
I didn't even hear that. Our little savior. How could we ever repay
It's
her?
shoes, idiot. She already told you. Shoes. Black, 35, high heels. Moron.
So, what's your shoe size again, Mon?
35, Sonny. I like high heels. And because there's 2 of you, 2 pairs will do for a start.
Anything for you, darling.
I don't want just anything, Marty. I want shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
See you at the PD?
At the PD, Mon.
See you at the PD?
Okay, she's done.
Santino, you're doing that on purpose?
No, sir. Never, sir.
Then get the fuck out of here.
Barking dogs never bite achievement.
Santino,
Damn. I wouldn't have thought it, but I'm glad the old hound's here.
What will happen to her now?
I don't know, Marty. I have no idea.
No clucking idea.
Wanna talk to her in private, boss?
No thanks, Marty.
Not even just for like 5 minutes?
What can I even say to her?
Thank you.
We thank you, Natasha. You saved our lives.
But it was also me who endangered you in the first place, right?
Well, I won't argue about that.
Thank you.
We thank you. What can I...
Ah, look what garbage the wind brought in.
Oh,
Good
poor
God,
Tim.
is this guy everywhere?
Our faithful chronicler.
I swear I'm gonna hang him someday. You called him here, didn't you? To witness our grand triumph, or our fall.
What? No. You're paranoid, old bird.
You called him here, didn't you?
How are we looking at the stuff? We did kind of okay. We filled out a lot of it. 71 out of 80, so that's all the interviews. I can't believe we missed 6 scenes, though. I guess maybe the scenes we had to go back to like the police station again or something at some point. But I felt like we got to most of them.
Do you think she was part of it?
I don't think so, Marty. She seemed entirely honest. Maybe she was the only one who was honest with us the whole time.
You may be right.
Listen, Marty. Does Laura know about you and her?
That was before, Sonny. Laura and I were just getting to know each other. Olivia was only a couple of dates.
You broke her heart, didn't you?
I don't think she ever felt anything for me.
Whatever you say, pal. Marty should talk to her.
If there's anything at all.
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that.
Look at that. The mongrel caught himself some big game.
Now he can wag his tail.
Yuck.
I think it would be... I think you could possibly not make it
The
through.
catch of a lifetime.
But I think the... You know, you can 100%... Because we got 100% on a couple of the starting... ones.
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
If we're lucky, Marty. If we're lucky.
Although one of the things you could not do is not get the corner of the painting, and I wonder what would happen then. Because that was a... I reckon you could still sort of fumble your way through.
Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious shootout.
If we're lucky, Marty.
I've done that one.
I hope we'll meet again, gentlemen.
So do I, Shakespeare. And while you're sitting in your cell, you could teach your famous manners to your friend, too.
Maybe I will, Mr. Featherland.
I certainly hope so, pal.
So long, guys. So long, guys. Please tell me there's gonna be a glorious...
Okay. Anything left with Bosco?
The catch of a life. Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your
already said that
wall
one,
as
right?
trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could.
So we're done.
Maybe one day you'll get your own statue at the PD.
Fulmar was standing here.
What about him? How the hell did he wind up here?
I don't know, but it's suspicious.
You think someone hired him?
Could be.
What about him?
You. What are you doing here?
I was just driving around. You know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano.
Marty has a hot
You know
for
that?
his girlfriend.
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
I think I have an idea who hired you, Phil.
Hey, stop it right there. I don't want to know who you think.
Oh, are you afraid your reaction would give you away?
Huh, you wish, pal.
Who was it?
Anyway, it's good to see you here, Hawkeye.
I'm glad you made it out alive. It didn't take you much.
Yeah, not much.
Anyway, it's good to see you here, Hawkeye.
I'm glad.
What about him? How the...
So, here they are, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicken Police, in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim. Drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir, we'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
Why is Olivia getting in on the photo there on the right side? The following animal species were not included in this game. Oh, there was no cryptic tree hunter? No Yangtze giant softshell turtle, among many others. Mostly because during the development of the game, 2018 to 2020, all of these species have been declared extinct. According to the lowest possible scientific estimate, between 200 and 2,000 extinctions occur every year. That is 1,000 times higher than the natural extinction rate. Oh. Bit of a downer. There's a timeline. The chicken.
This is so funny. You can kill me, honey. I'm already dead inside. My body is an empty bottle. Come on, baby, just
And Natasha's based off an actual cat.
I need to feel it. I'm gonna feel it. You make me come alive. I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Chloe's still lying in my bed. All the colors are dead inside. The whole world.
Yeah, well, it's obvious it was body models.
black and white. The moon is falling. I hear you calling.
There was definitely casting for it, but there wouldn't have been anything strange in the ad. They just would have cast for body models.
I hear a bang and my heart beat skips. Rock hard knuckles and easy checks. Where are you, baby? I'm still your lady. I'm gonna burn you down. I try to run away, but my soul keeps me turning back. I'm tired of being sane. Chloe's still lying in my bed. And it's dead.
Oh, there we go. Second story, maybe?
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light? I've been trying to smoke this sorry-ass cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
She said she'd bring lots
Maybe
of
you're
matches.
right. Maybe.
Oh, Sonny. was pretty good. He's never going to see that note on the back of the cigarette box. Whatever. Poor idiot.